what we will cover. What actually is, what can you use it for, how to set it up, and then we're gonna use 3 examples. So first, how to write on a spreadsheet with it, how to create a mail merge app, and how to connect 4 apps together.
This video I recorded at GDG Cloud in London. Chiara and Alessandro gave a great talk on how to do this. You're going to see how awesome Google App Scripts are and how you can use small snippets of scripts to connect different Google apps together, from Google Docs to mail merge apps to Google Forms, how you can combine them all together and create little apps for yourself and make your workflow better. Here's my YouTube channel. Don't forget to subscribe if you want to hear more about open source, upskilling yourself in the coding tech world, and going to hackathons, tech events, and conferences. Enough from me, let's hear from the GDG Cloud group.
You do not know me, I'm Chiara, but I think I've spammed you enough with all my emails, so I think you'll know my name. This is Alessandro. We just want to tell you a couple of words about our background, because we do not have a technical background, but we came across this Google App Script and we thought it was such an interesting product. We thought, just to arrange a little talk, because we think it could be very, very useful for you. So first of all, what we will cover. What actually is, what can you use it for, how to set it up, and then we're gonna use 3 examples. So first, how to write on a spreadsheet with it, how to create a mail merge app, and how to connect 4 apps together. So Google App Script is a rapid application development platform that makes it fast and easy to connect different G Suite apps. So basically, you can use JavaScript to actually connect G Suite apps.
G Suite apps are basically the application like, do you know Excel? Yeah. So Excel is Microsoft. On Google, there are some applications like Google Docs, Google Sheets, Google Slides, and these applications can be connected with AppScript.
Now let's move on more interesting part of how you can actually use it for. You can add custom menus, dialogues, and sidebar to Google Docs. You can write custom functions and macros for Google Sheets. You can publish web apps, or you can make it interact with different Google services. You can even set up a Hangout chat. First step, how you actually set it up. It's super easy. You go on script.google.com and you will directly go on AppScript. Then you just need to authorize a couple of things, and then you will go on Start Scripting. The second way, you can go through all the G Suite app. So you can go through Google Forms, you can go through Google Sheet, and then you just go on Tools, how you can actually write. So the first super simple example. Okay, so we go on Google Sheet. So you go on Tools, and you go Script Editor. So this is the same part, the same screen that you will get if you go through appscript.com. Then we just call it Test. So we need to go through all the different layers of spreadsheet. We're going to define the variable app. So we need to go into the library. So then it's going to be a spreadsheet app. So after defining that we're going to use spreadsheet app, we are going to define a spreadsheet. So taking the spreadsheet that we just opened. So now you're going to be like get active spreadsheet. Then afterwards, we need to say to just get the specific tab in that spreadsheet. So after we've defined all of that, we can tell him to write in the spreadsheet. Now from that, we can tell them get or active sheet, and then dot range, and we can say 1 like that. Okay, so that's what's gonna ask you for authorization. You need to do review permission, enter log with your Google account. Yay! It worked.
Chiara explained us how to basically connect AppScript with a spreadsheet. So you can connect different apps together with AppScript. So we'll start with connecting two apps. We're going to connect Gmail and Google Sheets. So how do we do that? I'm going to share the slides, so no worries, so the code is all here. What we're going to try to do, connecting Google Sheets and Gmail. Let's think about an email. So what are the components of an email? So the components of an email are the subject, the body, and the email addresses. And then there are different components that you want to personalize in each email. So the first thing that I did in a spreadsheet, so here I put like basically the subject of my email. Here I put the body of my email. So this I put like a bit of HTML. And then you can see that I put like something between like curly graphs. They basically are the personalized, the custom field that I want. So we have name, and then we have course name as well. So these are the personalized fields. In another sheet, I put basically the email addresses of my students, their names, and the second thing was the courses. So what we're going to do, we're going to go through the code. So again, tools, script editor. 14 lines of codes, you're going to be able to send like all the emails that you want, personalized, all in one click. First of all, we define a function that we call send emails. The first thing that we have in these functions are two variables. These two variables define basically the two sheets where we have content and email addresses. So now we have our spreadsheet connected to the application here. Let's go a bit deeper. We define the subject line. We say to the code, where is the subject line? Is on the first row and second column. So it's here, first row, second column. Then we define also where is the template text that we want to use, second line, second column. And we use this method called getRange and getValue. So getRange basically is going to identify the range, and getValue is going to basically get the value. How can we go through all the email addresses and send this personalized email? So we're going to just create a very simple for loop that is going to go through the addresses sheet. We are going to define two variables, one for the name, one for the course name, so the personalized value. And we're going to say that for every value that we have in this spreadsheet, so in these lines, they will create a message body. So we'll create like this message body that is going to replace the name and the course name in the text. Now we need to connect the email. So how do we connect Gmail? We use another class, another library that is called MailApp. And then we use this method called sendEmail that contains basically the email addresses, and we have the email addresses here. We have the subject line, and then we have the body. And for the body, we need to specify that is in HTML, so it's going to send it correctly. This is really simple, and maybe these are 3 emails, but you can do it with lots of emails. So you can do different things. You can send it also from an alias. For example, if you have like an email alias, you can send it from there, but you can't, I mean, at least for what I know, you can't send it from another email address. You can send it from your work email address, everything that is connected to your G Suite account, basically. The second sample is about connecting 4 apps. I didn't create this app. This was like my one of my colleagues, Roy. So here is the code. You can get it from his GitHub. And then if you get your phone, you go to this link. So let's go really quickly through the code. I'll show you basically how we connected forms with spreadsheets, with slides, and with Gmail. First of all, I created a very simple form. Then I connected this form with a spreadsheet. Then I go to Tools, I go to Script Editor, I'm gonna see my code. Also, what I created was certificate template. So this is a certificate template, and with 2 tags. So one is for a first name, and the other one is for last name. So what happened here? There are 3 functions. One function is called onFormSubmit, and this is like an inbuilt function that basically connects the form with the data.
We define the data through variables within this function. So we have first name, last name, email. And also, we define a variable to create actually the PDF and then send email. You can use this code. The only thing that you can need to do is to create like forms. You can need to create the slide, and then you just need to substitute the template ID. Where can you find the template ID? So just after presentation /d/ and you see the ID. And then the second function is create PDF. It's gonna be connected to that slide. What's gonna happen is that it create a copy of the slide. To drive up, there is another library that is connected to Google Slides. Again, we replace the text as we did for the email before, but this time we replace the text in the slide. And so we use the method replace all text, and we do it for the first name and last name. And then we create the new file, and we transform it in PDF. Then we call this PDF a JS crash course. We have the custom fields here, first name and last name, that you provided through the form. So we set the name. Then we delete the copy because we don't need it anymore after we send it, and we get the URL of the PDF. And then the third function is send email. So with the function send email, you're gonna define again the subject, you're gonna define the body, and then with the Gmail app library, you're gonna call this method send email. Again, it's like before, email subject, and then the copy. The last thing you need to do to connect everything together, you go to triggers, so edit and triggers, and basically you connect the first function on form submit to the spreadsheet. In this way, you're gonna add a trigger. You choose the function, say head, and then the spreadsheet. You set the spreadsheet, and then you say every time I receive a response on the spreadsheet, trigger the function. So the function, so send the email, create the PDF, and send the email. And then you save. I'm not gonna save because I already set it up. And this is the magic of AppScript.
Thank you.
We're gonna put this on Slack, so just in case you wanna redo it or you wanna copy the code. And also we put additional links and tutorial. I mean, we found this so interesting, so I hope you enjoyed the talk and you are kind of like, you want to learn more. Wait, also we had one more slide with few advices that we thought was nice, just basically what to do when you get stuck. We're not gonna go through it. I'm sure you probably know better than us, but still, it's nice to have it there. That's it. Thank you.